Are you going to agree? Our freedoms are waning and we'll lose our liberty, slipping one by one until there's nothing left to see. Are you willing to stand with me? Are you just going to let it be? The ranchers are first, but brother, next it may be me. We all stand together or we'll hang separately. Are you going to the tree? Are you willing to be free? It won't get any easier to regain lost liberty. Strange things are happening in this land that once was free. So brother, I ask you, are you going to stand by me?
Alrighty, I'm back again. I ran out of memory on my phone. So where were we at? I think I was just about to say that I never stayed in any of their buildings. I slept in my truck. Me and my brother both slept in my truck outside the gate. We thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. Okay, but we had family obligations, both me and him. I own my own business, so I get to make my own hours. And in my situation, a lot of times it's better to stay home with my kids than to work a lot. I'm kind of a stay-at-home dad for the most part. I do jobs for different people, but anymore I don't take on new customers. The people that I've worked for before, I continue to work for them. Like I got another job, pretty good sized job coming up here real soon. But I had to come back and I had to deal with some of that stuff. I remodel houses, and at times I manage property, and at times I get rid of trouble tenants that destroy houses. But anyways, that's a whole nother subject. We had to come back, so we planned for a week to come back. So we came back for that week, and I was having a hard time. This tenant wasn't getting out. The house was continuing to go down. We had to do a bunch of stuff with that. My wife's car while I was up there blew up. Just spewed oil everywhere. Now it's the main's out, so I was trying to figure out how I was going to get her back and forth to work, because she has a regular 9 to 5 job, well, 9 to 6 type job. She works 9 hours a day, at least, sometimes more. But anyways, I had to arrange that out, so it took us a little bit over a week to get back. And by then, my brother had other stuff come up. He had his pipes freeze at his house and had some different issues that he couldn't make it when I wanted to go, and I wanted to go. I was done waiting. I wanted to leave earlier and I couldn't, so I went back by myself. And there's even more people up there, and some people that I didn't even know. And the first time I was up there, I met LaVoy. But it was like, we showed up and he was out by the gate and was like, "Hey man, we don't really know what we're doing. Where do you want us? How does this work?" And he's like, "Well, if you just want to go ahead and head down there." I'm like, "Well, no, not yet. I don't know about all that." And he said, "Well, then, just wherever." And we ended up going ahead and, we set up outside the gate then. But anyways, getting back to second time I went up there, this time I was able to talk to LaVoy a little bit more. And if anybody out there talking all this crap about him would have ever met him and still could talk that crap about him, you're evil. Pure and simple evil. That guy, I'm a long hair. I got hair down to my butt, literally. I mean, I got a pretty long ponytail. Um, I'm in a flannel. Got my hat on backwards. Um, been sleeping in my truck. So probably not the smelliest guy there, but well, I mean, not the greatest smelling guy there, but not the worst because there's a couple worse than me. But anyways, but he didn't care about none of that. I mean, my scruff was all coming in, and I can grow a mustache, but I can't grow nothing here worth the crap, anyways. Just looks like my face is dirty. That man walked right up to me when he came in and shook my hand heartily. Big smile and, hey, how are you doing? So what do you think of all this? And when I'd come back the first time, I'd got a lot of flack about the Indian artifacts up there. My mother-in-law is registered Indian, so is my wife, and they have quite a bit of ties down to Oklahoma and stuff. So they were really worried about that, and they are active in their heritage. Not as active as living on the reservation, but their family still lives down there. Her parents, well, her mom, her dad passed away, but my mother-in-law's mom still lives down there. Her brother lives down there. Her brother's kids live down there. Um, they're, I mean, they are active in it. So that Indian thing really came up. So when he asked me what I thought about everything and if there's any concerns I had, I mentioned the Indian stuff. I really kind of got some flack when I got home about the way the Indian stuff was being, or Native American, however you want to say it. I'm not a very politically correct guy, but anyways, that night, no, it was the next day. The very next day, they did the video when they're showing you all the artifacts that were just pretty much dumped in the BLM basement, in that museum basement. I was never in it. That was actually, for those people out there thinking that everybody's just running wild, that was actually one of the places that you weren't allowed to go just as basic person. I mean, if you really wanted to go, they would take you in there or whatnot, but they would take you in there. You don't just get to roam wherever. That wasn't okay. I mean, it wasn't, I don't know how to put it. It wasn't like that you were not allowed, but it was out of respect. You didn't go places at least I didn't go places that I wasn't invited to go. Um, and, I didn't go through all the buildings, or any of that stuff. I mean, I stayed to where I was supposed to be in my truck and um, helping people out when I could. My second trip, just as rewarding as the first, if not more so. Um, and by the way, on the last trip, the first trip I went up there to the Harney County Resource Center, um, was David Fry showed up the day that we left. I think either that night that we left or maybe it was the next morning. I can't remember, but I remember him coming in. And I didn't know his nationality. To tell you the truth, I was telling people here once I got back that I thought maybe he was Mexican. I don't know. I didn't know his nationality. I didn't know he was Japanese, but I thought he might be because he told stories about Japan and stuff. But to all those people out there who think David Fry is a little weird, I got to say that a little bit weird, a little bit socially weird. But the reason that he's socially weird is because the dude's brilliant. I mean, like I said, I've had my IQ tested, and I'm above average. And this dude was definitely above me, so he's definitely a genius. Whether he's ever had an IQ test to prove that or not, but he's definitely a genius, and he has done his research. I mean, I can't say that I agree with everything that he had to say, but I can say I can refute anything he said. I couldn't show any facts to the contrary to what he said. Um, and the dude was very devout, very devout. I mean, from the very beginning, just to talk to him, if you could talk to him on a personal level, that's what I think is so crazy about all these people on the internet. You never talk to these people, and you get to sit there and say how evil they are. He's not an evil guy. Nobody up there was evil. Um, if somebody came on there and they wanted violence, that was the last thing they wanted. They would say, "See ya." Those people they were talking about not letting it into the Harney County Resource Center. Those are the people that were maybe there to incite violence. They did not want violence, and they were very peaceful. I talked to Ammon, very good guy. And by the way, I didn't know he was Mormon at the time. He never told me, and why should he? I mean, your religion is your religion, and if you stand with God, then you stand on my side, and I stand on your side, because we're all in this together. I don't care what religion you are, Catholic, Mormon, Buddhist, I mean, whatever. That's not really my business. My personal relationship with Jesus Christ is personal. And you may have a different relationship with him, and that's okay. And hey, how about this? You disagree with me? Let's discuss it. Let's see what where we can come out in the end and see how much we can learn from each other. That's what everybody there was about. Everybody there was about peace, love, and I mean, God. There was nothing we did without first praying. Um, I mean, it was very, very soul refreshing. And like I said, I'm starting to run out of time again. But like I said, get out there, you guys. I mean, I don't care what it is. Get out there and protest. Talk to people. You'll find out, man, you know, those crazy thoughts that you have in your head about the government being wrong and how that you're being put through tyranny. These guys see it too. The overreach, you know, you're so afraid when a cop gets behind you that he may pull you over. You're not doing anything wrong. You're doing the speed limit, cruise control set, maybe a couple miles over. Um, you're not drinking. You don't have anything illegal in the car. I mean, you have insurance. You're licensed. You're registered. You're completely legit. But when that cop gets behind you, you're afraid. And I'm sure everybody out there has had that feeling. You know what that feeling comes from? Tyranny. A cop should be willing to help you. And there are good cops out there. None of those guys out there wanted to get rid of all cops or get rid of government. No, they wanted government to know its place and to understand that we, the people, are the masters and that they are our servants and that they needed to address the redress of grievances. I mean, what's so hard about that? Just address it. You know what's so hard about it? You know why people who don't like me, but you know, like I said, don't respect me, don't talk to me, don't talk crap about me? It's because they have no valid reason to not like me. They just don't because I stand for something they don't. But they can't argue with me. That's what the government's doing. They don't really care about us. I mean, it's a Michael Jackson song. Check it out. I mean, not a big Michael Jackson fan, but I do like him. I liked him a lot when I was a kid, when there's Beat It and stuff like that. And all his moonwalking and stuff. But I just urge everybody, I think I'm going to end this series of videos or whatnot. Get them uploaded, see if I can. Maybe a couple of them tomorrow. But anyways, just keep your ears open, guys. I mean, pay attention to what's going on. And just remember, everybody, just remember, you could be wrong. Before you go out there, especially all these people call names. If you're calling someone a name, you know, you stupid piece of crap, this, that, and the other, but you're not educating them, you're at fault. I mean, you need to come up with constructive ways to help people. And for those in the Patriot movement, I know we're frustrated with people not understanding this stuff, but let's try to do it through love and peace. If we can reach our brothers in law enforcement, on the street, the convenience store, getting gas, at the grocery store, let's do it. Let's educate people. And the main thing I've found a lot works out great. Try to get them to prove you wrong. That makes them go and investigate it. That makes them find out for themselves. When you say something, they go, oh, you're wrong. Prove wrong. Can you please prove me wrong? Because I don't want to be going around saying this stupid stuff. They'll go look for themselves. And you won't lose friends. People talk about losing friends. Do it through love. I've kept all my friends. Not all of them agree with this, but all of them know me. And they know that I care and I love. And so we're able to rest on that. Anyways, best of luck to you guys out there. Everybody keep talking about this. It's great. Love you guys. Bye.